My brothers and sisters, you are now watching the Gamer 2323, so just forget about the chores you're supposed to do. Put your feet up, get your Kool-Aid, fried chicken, popcorn, get whatever you may need! And I hope you enjoy the video. Yo, what's crack-a-lacking, my brothers and sisters? Hope you guys are having a good day today. Do exclusives matter? Do they play a part in you deciding which console you go with? Or do you go where your friends are? That's going to be the topic of this video. But no, this whole video that I'm doing right now was actually inspired by a couple of my viewers. You know, we had this little debate on Twitter yesterday. You know, I was just doing what I normally do, minding my own mother freaking business, you know, tweeting to the people, you know, maybe mixed in between that, maybe a couple of jabs at the Xbox brand, but I do that like every day. Like, y'all know I take pleasure in trolling. Very rarely am I serious. I just like to see people get triggered. I genuinely take pleasure in doing that. So, you know, I try to limit myself, maybe 2 to 3 shots max that I, you know, might take a little jab at the Xbox. Not sure if you guys has heard by now. I'm sure you guys know by now the Xbox One X is out. You can now get the most powerful console ever and experience true 4K gaming only on that Xbox One X. Now, will you have games to actually before I even get into that, Xbox One X is out, right? And you know, Xbox is honestly, if we being real, Xbox has been getting slandered this entire generation, bro. Like, from the moment they revealed it, you know, with all the restrictions it was going to have and all the heat it caught from that, Xbox One has been getting slandered from the very moment it got revealed all the way up until now. I honestly feel like, you know, with people that are enjoying the Xbox One X right now, if I'm being real and not trolling for a second, let them enjoy, you know, let them have their moment. This is their moment. A lot of people, you know, are excited for the Xbox One X. This is almost like, it almost seems like this is like, not even just like another model of the X. Like, the way they've been talking about this junk and just marketing this almost seems like a brand new console for them. Like, I don't even know, what the fuck do I call the Xbox? This almost seems like the Xbox 2. Like, you know, it's the Xbox One, Xbox 360, then I guess it was just the Xbox, then the Xbox 360, than the Xbox One. So it almost seems like the Xbox One X, the way that they've been kind of marketing this thing, it almost like it's a brand new console, like it's their Xbox 2, you know? So honestly, if I'm a not troll for a second, which is not very often, I honestly think that all the people that have bought an Xbox One X, let them enjoy it. This is their moment, you know? Let's stop slandering the Xbox every freaking chance we get. But the inner troll in me is like, where are your games? You have no exclusives! Get it in your thick skulls. You guys bought a $500 console that is still not as powerful as PCs for essentially the exact same games that you can play on your Xbox One. They may just look a little bit better. When you talk about the exclusives, what does the Xbox have? Super Lucky's Tale, my guy? Record. Forza. We still talking about Gears and Halo in 27? That's the inner troll, you know, but honestly, you know, the people that are enjoying the Xbox One, honestly, and you see this a lot, like, just let gamers enjoy what they enjoy. You know, if people really genuinely enjoy the Xbox, who am I or who are you to tell someone you're wrong for enjoying that console? So the debate that I had yesterday with a couple of my viewers, shout out to about 36 Cheeks, and Apple Jacks, I'm about to steal your girl limb from you, but that's a different story. The debate that I had with them yesterday, I threw a shot at Xbox One because, again, I don't know if you guys have heard, a lot of the people that bought an Xbox One X, the launch consoles, apparently some are like breaking, some are not working, some are not some are not turning off, some are not turning on. Like there's been some issues with the Xbox One X. So what do little old me decide to do? I'm like, this is a perfect opportunity. Literally, this is a perfect opportunity to again slander the Xbox brand. It must be. I don't even know what I said. I really think I said some. I think I said something like, the consoles are dehydrated from lack of exclusives or something like that. And then people were saying, this is so funny, and then some people was like, you're always slandering Xbox, and that's how the whole debate started. So Greeks and Applejack's whole stance was like, exclusives really don't. Well, I don't know so much about Applejack's, but Greek's whole stance was exclusives really don't matter as much as a lot of us make it seem like they do. Now, in his defense, if you think about it, honestly, probably like 80 to 85% of the time we're playing games, what are we playing? Multiplats. We honestly spend more time playing multi-platform games, throughout the entire years than actually playing exclusives. Exclusives are really like that filler to where like there aren't no big multi-platform games dropping. Then bam, you got some nice exclusive that drops on PlayStation or Nintendo or, well, let's just keep it for let's just keep it for PlayStation and Nintendo right now, because Xbox ain't really, they really got none. But PlayStation, I mean, look at what Nintendo's doing, and that was my whole that's where I challenge what Greeks was saying exclusives don't matter, because if exclusives don't matter, tell me why the Nintendo Switch is doing what it's doing right now, and pretty much all that junk got is exclusives. Now it does have more third party support this gen compared to what that Wii U, I didn't say that junk in so long, was getting last gen. But the Nintendo Switch is getting all this praise and all this love right now because of games like Zelda Breath of the Wild, because of games like it's Super Mario, because of games like Mario. Like Switch, that junk is pretty much all about first party titles, and that's really been Nintendo like since they've been in the game. They're more so known about you mainly buy that console for the exclusives, as opposed to, the multi-platform games. PlayStation is almost like the exact same as Nintendo. Like, it has way more support when it comes to the multi-platform games, between Xbox and PlayStation. Like, I think the multi-platform games are like on an even playing field. Maybe not so much now, because they'll probably be looking a little bit better on Xbox One X compared to the PS4 Pro. Don't know exactly how that's going to play out. But multi-platform games are essentially the same on Xbox as they are to PS4, maybe a slight advantage to Xbox now. I've literally bought every Xbox console that has been out for one exclusive only, Halo. And still to this very day, the last, and someone can challenge what I'm about to say, the last exclusive that the Xbox has had that was actually like very successful, and you was like, okay, I don't have to no longer buy an Xbox just for Halo, I could buy it for this, was Gears of War. Some people might say, what about Forza? Okay, fine, Forza, but I'm talking about a new IP that ended up being a blockbuster hit, AAA exclusive, that was another reason to buy an Xbox. The last exclusive to me that they had with that was Gears of War. So my whole thing was, if exclusives don't matter, why is the gap so big between PS4 and Xbox right now? It's not only because of exclusives. I'm not saying that exclusives are like the end all be all, because it's not. Xbox really messed up when they first revealed the console. It had all these restrictions. I still think to this very day that, I think it was E3 2013, that whole thing, that was terrible for Xbox. Sony had all the momentum from that point when them suckers got on stage and said, "Let us show you how to let your friend borrow a game. Here you go." Like, the second they did that, it was over. Like, let's be real. And the PS4 was $100 cheaper. I think people underrate how much momentum Sony had going into with PS4. Xbox really killed it for themselves, because when you really think about it, and this was another one of Greek's points of why exclusives don't really matter. Xbox 360 last gen was more popular than PS3, at least in the States it was. Can't really say, in like places like Japan and stuff like that, they've always kind of preferred PlayStation. But at least in the United States, Xbox 360 was way more popular than PS3. Shoot, I think I got rid of my PS3 like 2 times to get my 360 back because of Halo 3. All my friends was on 360. Xbox Live was just better than PSN back then. But over time, PS3 did eventually outsell 360 worldwide. So that was, again, where I challenged Greeks. Okay, even though 360 was more popular in the States than PS3, not having as many as exclusives as the PS3 did, as you know, time went down the road, why did PS3 at the end of the day still sell more units than Xbox 360 worldwide? Comes down to the exclusives again, in my opinion. In 2013, PlayStation was dropping Last of Us, Beyond Two Souls, freaking, I can't even remember, but they still had exclusives. To me, 360, I was like, yo, they're done. Like, I thought it was time for, I thought it was time for them to move on from Xbox 360, because I thought they did all they could do. But let's be real, going into the launch of PS4, these suckers were still dropping exclusives that year. Like, Beyond Two Souls came out like a month prior to freaking PS4. I'm like, you still expect us to be playing it? Chuck, like, PS3 still had. So again, I think exclusives matter. They do matter. And Greek's whole thing was like, they don't really matter as much as people think. No, exclusives do matter. Online gaming really took off last gen with PS3 and Xbox 360. Yeah, it was on the it was on the OG Xbox. Yeah, it was on a PS2 and stuff like that. But it was still kind of like an underground thing. Online gaming really became mainstream on Xbox 360 and PS3. And I honestly think that is the only reason why Xbox 360 was so popular last gen, because online gaming on consoles took off and Xbox Live was completely there's literally no debate that you can have with me. I'm not listen, do I prefer PlayStation? Yeah, but I'm not going to be blind. Xbox Live destroyed PSN last generation. The freaking UI was better. Just the way that you would navigate through the dashboard, it was more seamless. It was more friendly. PSN was just like, all around me are familiar faces. It just wasn't the same, So I think another one of my arguments that I used to challenge the blasphemy that was coming from Greek's mouth, and it was more so Greeks than Applejacks. I think Applejacks just kind of like followed behind Greeks, like, yeah, get him. So this was more so like a debate that I had between one of my viewers, Greeks, and myself, But then people started to join the conversation. Another thing that I said, and I think this is fact. Someone let me know if y'all feel differently. Xbox gamers, people that play on Xbox, for some reason, I can't really put my finger on why it's like that, but for some reason, Xbox gamers do not seem as diverse as PlayStation gamers, as Nintendo gamers. Like, for whatever reason, I think, and this happened on 360, it seems like the majority, not saying all Xbox gamers are like that, Ain't saying that because I know how you have to be so specific on the freaking internet because people try to twist and turn on you. I ain't saying all Xbox gamers are not diverse when it comes to their gaming, but it seems like the majority of people that play on Xbox, they pretty much bought it for shooters, NBA 2K, Grand Theft Auto. Like, for whatever reason, the community of gamers on Xbox don't seem as diverse on PlayStation. And that's why I think when you have games like Quantum Break, when you have a good exclusive, a good new IP like Sunset Overdrive that kind of got slept on. Let's be like, I don't know how long it took for that junk to finally like sell 1 million copies, but people was sleeping hard on Sunset. And when I had my Xbox One, that was like one of the few games I played. Like, why are people not talking about this junk? Like, this is a good exclusive for Xbox. So I think this is why Microsoft is so iffy on like getting, different devs to, make first party titles for them, or just getting some new studios to make something for them. I think why they're so iffy on that is because when they've done new IPs like Quantum Break, Sunset, I mean, this ain't saying much, but Recore, Super Lucky's Tale, they've tried, but let's be real. Most of the new IPs, exclusives that Xbox One has had this gen, have either been A, or B, they just got slept on. Like, there has been no new IP that has come out yet since pretty much Gears of War. There has not been a new IP that they have put out yet that got blockbuster success. So they're like, I mean, y'all asking for exclusives, but when we do give y'all something like, where they're like, where I can't even say it. They're like, where y'all at? We give y'all these exclusives, y'all ain't buying the junk. So I think that's like actually one of their like fears when they put out a new IP. They fear if it's going to do well or not, and I think they focus too much on the instant success that they might get with a new IP. Whereas Sony has, I'm not saying every freaking new IP and exclusive that comes out on PS4 has been lit. You take games like Knack, you take even I guess even a game like The Order, which I thought was still a very good game. It was just really too short. Games like Knack, games like The Order, games like Until Dawn. I mean, I'm just trying to think of any exclusives that like aren't like blockbuster triple A reasons why you buy a PS4. Like, Sony has put out many games that you wouldn't really buy a PS4 for, but you might, play it just because, it's a game that you can only play on PS4. I'm not saying Sony just puts out AAA after AAA after AAA, but they take that risk and they take that chance. And I think that's something that Microsoft doesn't do. Let's be real, games are not cheap. These suckers are running at $60 a pop plus these days. So when you see games like Quantum Break, when you see games like Sunset Overdrive, when you see games like Recore, when you see games like Super Lucky's Tale, I'm probably guessing most people that have, that play on Xbox as their primary platform, they're like, do you really expect me to spend $60 on that? And I think that's why most Xbox gamers, the things they really wait for is multi-platform games, because their exclusives are just not as good as PlayStation. Again, not saying every exclusive that PlayStation puts out is fire, because it's not. But there's just way more like hope. There's just like way more hope and like light at the end of the tunnel when it comes to the first party titles on PlayStation compared to Xbox. Hence the whole slogan, greatness awaits. Like, we are steadily awaiting something on PlayStation. We might not know when it's dropping, but we're steadily awaiting some new IP, some exclusive that they have, and that doesn't seem to be the case on Xbox. So do you guys think Xbox gamers just aren't as diverse as PlayStation guys, or do you think that they just haven't really done the job of getting, a said, person that plays on an Xbox to actually give a new exclusive a try? Like, you know what? I'm not really too sure about that game, but I'm liking what I'm seeing right now. I'm cop that. Or, is it Microsoft's fault? Pretty much. But yeah, that was pretty much the whole debate summed up. Like, we was just really going back at, like, why Xbox is the way it is right now. Like, as far as with the exclusives, as far as why the gap is so wide between PS4 and Xbox, why people, are so willing to, not willing, but why some people are, getting this excited for the Xbox One X, where essentially you're going to be playing the exact same games. There's still no exclusives there. We were just like hitting things on like all notes. Again, I don't think exclusives are the end all be all, because I think I've had this debate with someone before. Like, exclusives matter, but not as much as you think it is. Like multiplats matter a whole bunch more. And I was like, wait, I'm not saying exclusives are the end all be all, but if you gonna sit here with a straight face and be like, suckers don't buy PlayStation or suckers don't buy Nintendo Switch to play, Zelda, or to play Last of Us, or to play Uncharted, or to play freaking Mario, or freaking Splatoon, if we gonna sit here and act like the success that the Switch is getting right now has nothing to do with exclusives, the momentum and the freaking wide gap that PlayStation has right now has nothing to do with exclusives, then we lying right now. Because I guarantee you, if Xbox had, hell, 2 to 3 like new IP banger exclusives that you could be like, okay, it's no longer just about Forza, Gears, and Halo. Now we got these 2 or 3 like I said this junk during E3. If Anthem was only on Xbox, that junk would probably be their next big title. And honestly, I just think it's the way it is now. Like, it seems like a lot more devs are like trying to go, multi-platform, especially when it comes to like Xbox. Like, every freaking Xbox game is like starting to come to PC, but if Anthem was only on Xbox, that probably would have been their next big title that they showed at E3 this year. But it's not. It's not. It's going to be on PC. It's going to be on PlayStation. So, Microsoft really shot themselves in the foot with the reveal of Xbox One. I still think that jump plays a major role today of why people just, when you think what's the go-to, platform this gen, people just think PS4 now. Last gen, it used to be Xbox 360. Microsoft ruined their image, I think, when they revealed the Xbox One. So that plays a factor. There's many things that plays factors, but I've said on several occasions, it's not like the Xbox is a bad platform to play on. But if you're trying to, if multi-platform games aren't like the only things that you play, and like you actually are interested in like these brand new IPs that might be on that might be on PlayStation or Nintendo, if exclusives matter to you, are you really going with the Xbox? Probably not. You ain't going, and you're just not going to do it. So let me ask y'all, do exclusives matter to you guys when you buy, a PS4 or Switch or Xbox? Like, just what goes into you buying whatever platform you decide to play on? Do exclusives go into it, or is it strictly based on where are my friends playing? But yeah, I mean, I think that's all I got to talk about. If you're enjoying, I don't really know what else to say. If you're enjoying the Xbox One, now I don't want this vid to seem like it was just like a big old, like, if you're an Xbox gamer, this is why you suck type video. Like, I hope that's not how I'm coming across. This is really just, me. I like it. I needed something like this because there's very few, like, because I just feel like I feel like in gaming I've talked about like everything, because I've been on YouTube for a while, and like very few topics like kind of, it's just not the same. Like I actually I always used to have that spark to sit in front of the camera and talk about something in gaming, but I just feel like I've talked about everything, so very few things like actually kind of like, you know, spark my interest to actually like get in front of the camera. So that's why sometimes you guys don't really see as much vids from me, because very few things kind of spark my interest these days. I actually want to sit in front of the camera. That plays a role into it. But for some reason, this whole debate we had, it kind of felt like the old times of when I just first like started YouTube. So I don't want this junk to seem like I'm slandering everyone who's playing on Xbox. I really want this vid to, you know, I guess I want the discussions in like in the comment section to be, you know, the current situation that Xbox is in, the whole Xbox One X thing, you know, their whole situation of trying to find, you know, a new big title for the Xbox brand and stuff like that, where you decide to play your games on and stuff like that. Just all that like mixed into one. Really just like Xbox. Everything Xbox. Just play your games, bro. I do go out of my way sometimes to slander Xbox folks, but I hope you guys know I'm trolling. I take genuine pleasure in seeing people get triggered. That's just who I am. I very rarely mean what I say. If you're playing on Xbox One, Xbox One S, Xbox One X, Xbox One S, yo, that is going to happen during this holiday season. A kid is going to be like, Mom, can I get an Xbox One X? Sure, Billy. Freaking, he opens up the present. Mom, it's an S. I said I wanted an X. That is going to happen. Trust me. But just enjoy where you're playing right now. If you are enjoying the Xbox, suck it, enjoy that junk. Don't let me or, you know, outside voices, you know, change your perception of something that you have no problem with enjoying and playing. So if you're enjoying, you know, Xbox right now, have fun with that, you know. So don't let like outside voices or this ashy black man you know, try to, you know, change your perception. We're just having a little discussion right now. Anyways, catch you guys in my next video. We out.